Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a reaction to this particular video. The name of the channel is MykokosDiary. Let's get right into it.
Communities. Certain provinces like Ontario and British Columbia have booming industries like tech, healthcare, finance. But don't overlook Alberta's oil and gas sector or Nova Scotia's growing IT scene. The job market varies greatly across provinces, so it's worth researching where your skills are in demand. You're going to have to spend a lot of time researching about which of the provinces has more jobs for your type of skills, more jobs for the kinds of work experience you are bringing in into the country. Next,
So there you go, guys. Spitting facts right away. As you said, job opportunities very important where you want to go, and most importantly, do these provinces have the thing that you're looking for? So don't get just right away into the big cities thinking, oh, this is where I'm going to find it. Sometimes the job that you probably want is in the smaller towns or smaller provinces compared to big cities or big towns. Okay. Right away it's looking straight like this one. So let's see what happens next.
consider the cost of living. Cities like Toronto, Vancouver are exciting, but they can be very pricey. On the other hand, provinces like Manitoba, New Brunswick, Saskatchewan offer a more affordable lifestyle. In fact, Rentals.ca has classified a city like Regina as one of the places where you can find the cheapest rent in Canada. Of course, cost of living should be something that you would consider, and if that is a deal breaker for you, so a province like Saskatchewan should be on top of your list. You can find great housing options in smaller cities without sacrificing quality of life. Not everybody will live in Toronto or Vancouver or even Calgary. Another major
There you go, guys. As we talked about, cost of living. So it's very important you align the skills that you have along with the cost of living. Very important. So if you are tech oriented, you probably won't be able to go to Saskatchewan or Manitoba because there is no industry over there. But if you have a different skills that matches a particular skill set and ready to live on a small level but a big comfortable life, then those small cities or towns will be best fit for you. As you said, right? Check the website rentals.ca. You can find latest information of rent, everything you have. You can find it over there. Then when you come, you can do more investigation, more research, and then find out what's going to happen. It's looking very good so far. He seems realistic. He's giving us true opinions and he's dropping right. So let's continue.
factor is climate. Canada is wide, it's huge, and the weather varies significantly between provinces. British Columbia has mild winters, while provinces like Saskatchewan can have long, crazy, snowy winters. Make sure you're ready for the climate where you are headed. So if you're coming to Toronto, the winter might be very mild, but if you're going to a place like Regina or Saskatoon or Winnipeg, get set, to get a lot of snow. And
True, guys. As you can see, right? Saskatchewan, all of these places, it's going to be very cold, very tough. The winter is going to be harsh. But that's the price you pay, right? If you want to have an affordable living and can't have that much money, that's the trade off, right? You might see less snow in Toronto or Calgary or not at all Vancouver, but the price of cost will be so high, you probably won't be able to live in those cities. So you need to start somewhere. If you're a newcomer to Canada and if you have the skills that can be done on those particular small towns, it's better to start over there. Then you can build up from there and maybe come to these cities. But if you start right over there and can't afford it and unable to do it, you might just be living in a good city but a terrible life. I think that will not be a good trade off for you guys. Let me know if what you think.
also play a big role. While most provinces are primarily English speaking, Quebec is predominantly French. So if you are bilingual or you want to immerse yourself in French culture, Quebec might be a perfect fit. So you'll be looking at a city like Montreal. or even the smaller cities in Quebec might be a better fit for you. Having said all,
There you go again. Very important. Language, right? If you're not comfortable with French or you don't know what French is, it's not a good idea to go to Quebec right away because you won't be able to survive it. I mean, they say there are English speaking people, but most majority of them is built specifically on French, specifically Montreal, major city in there. So if you don't know French, it's better idea to stay away from those places now. But you can go to any of the provinces that we have. Start with small, as I said, so you can build up and then go to the bigger cities. So far, guys, is looking really like this one. So he's dropping good values and telling us all the information we need before we come in here. Let's continue.
all that, I would like to share my personal story with you. When my wife and I were making the decision of which province we would land, our first decision was based on what we needed at the time. When we were moving to Canada, my wife was pregnant. We were expecting a baby and we wanted to land in a province where we would be able to get access to healthcare on time. We'll be able to register for the health card for the provincial health insurance on time. Well, we did not know much at the time, and we had thought Alberta would be the best option for us because landing in Alberta means we'll be able to get our health card within less than 3 months, and we'll be able to have our baby, you know, in Alberta. And it was during COVID. So while doing our research, we realized that it made no difference. Wherever we landed, we would be able to still access healthcare, the provincial health insurance, and we would be able to have our baby at any of the provinces or wherever we land. So the next factor that determined where we would land was where we had family, where we were able to get help. And in Ontario, we have family, we have people, we have a good number of family and friends in the province, and that helped us to make the decision to land in Ontario. So, one major factor that you should be considering is where you know people, where you have family and friends. I must tell you, one thing you cannot do without as a new immigrant in Canada is support, So make sure you move to a place where you can have as much support as possible.